me a little bit about yourself. Who is Jimmy Lavender?
Jimmy Lavender is one of 5 of my parents. By my parents, we do have a couple more sisters and brothers outside, but by my mother and father, there's 5 of us. I'm the 3rd of the 5 by my mother and father.
And where'd we start from?
Sorry?
Where's our beginnings?
Tuscaloosa, Alabama. For me, it started in 1955.
1955. How did we get all the way to California?
Well, I came here 3 years after my parents left Tuscaloosa. Came with my grandmother. We moved to East Los Angeles, the Boyle Heights area. And we got here in 1959. I was 4 years old.
4 years old, 1959. And what'd you do while you were here? You went to school, educated, and what neighborhood did you live in?
I lived in East LA. It's called Boyle Heights. All Hispanic at that time.
Oh.
I was too young for school, and we didn't have a preschool where we lived. So I did nothing but play all day on a wooden broom, old wooden broom. That was my horsey. Unfortunately, my father left matches on a table, and my brother Bobby and I playing with matches. Tall, dry grass on the outside, and the rest is history. That little wooden house that I hated so much went up in flames.
You didn't have to hate it anymore. It was gone after that point.
It was gone. It was burned to an unlivable condition.
Wow.
And we needed a place real fast, so that landed us over into the Pueblo projects.
Okay. Is that the beginning of the projects? You said 1959. Is that, what year was that with the projects?
We got to the projects in 1959.
1959.
And we left there in '63 November, the same day that John F. Kennedy was assassinated.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got to live through that as well. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X.
I got to live through that. I saw where all the teachers was crying. And it wasn't because we were checking out the school. It was because the president had been killed.
Wow.
And we were moving to a place called Watts.
Wow. Watts. Okay, here we are. We're at Watts. Where do we go from here, Mr. Lavender?
We go to 92nd Street School. We see a whole different change from the Pueblos. The Pueblos is a community just by the projects. Pretty much if you live in the like one village.
Right.
92nd and Beach was open. It was just open, totally different. I started to experience more street gangs, little sections where the projects had but one gang. One gang. Over here was totally different. 92nd Street School was the first real gladiator school I went to. Every little kid was a gunslinger. I mean, they was fighters. Totally different from the Pueblos. But coming from the Pueblos, wasn't no Rudy Poots.
Yeah.
So we had to fight our way up through the ranks. And actually, I think we enjoyed it. I think all of us enjoyed it until we made the top.
Well, you know, when you're young, you feel invincible. So
Yeah.
you feel like nothing's going to be able to destroy you or stop you. So let me ask you, how did we get to the Bishops?
We tried desperately to stay out of the LA street gang because we knew everybody on both sides and all sides. But Crip members had started to grow so huge. They grew out of control. Raymond couldn't control his gang no more. They started coming into our neighborhood, and then they started to rob people at the stores. The local guys at the school, most of them couldn't go to school without getting robbed. So it became real ugly. And my brother was that voice. Every neighborhood has that voice. My brother was the voice of our neighborhood. And he got put in a situation when they killed Skip. See, Skip was that basketball player, that one dominant player that everybody in the neighborhood loved. The parents stayed out of trouble, good student in school, loved by everybody. So when Skip got killed, it was easier for Bobby than what most people think. He was about ready to put our neighborhood into a war where we knew some people would be killed and were killed. But for Skip, every single household knew that we had to do something, and everybody supported us.
And to defend your neighborhood.
And we became, that first day, known as defenders. In that meeting in our garage when there was 13 of us, we called ourselves the defenders. They labeled us a week later, when we grew to over 100, as a gang, the Bishop Gang.
What happened? The name Bishop, now, no controversy, but is there any relation to the bishops that were formed in Brooklyn?
There was bishops, I believe, in the 60s in New York. No relationship to them, but to the bishops today in Brooklyn, there is a relationship.
Okay, so there is a correlation now.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So today, here we are. We're in 2022. Here we got Jimmy Lavender. Who is Jimmy Lavender today?
Well, he's not the same Jimmy Lavender of yesterday, that's for sure. I think today people get a chance to see who I am, a caring person, a loving person. I think I've always been that, but I think there was two sides of me. If you was on that side over here, I could be your nightmare. But if you was over here, I could be the best friend you ever had. So I done left this side alone. I grew out of that. So over here, I become the best friend you ever had. A very caring person. I would say a big teddy bear is what they call me.
So now you become a leader of an organization. Tell me about the organization.
Well, T.R.O.P. is the rebuilding of people. It was a God-given vision that I had to start this. It was a very difficult at first, but thanks to Brother Ja over there, he came in and assisted me and got me back lifted on what I was set to do. I had this vision to help people, and I think the way it came about was a friend of mine said to me, Jim, you're always trying to help people. You're always taking people off the street. You're always lifting people, looking for change in people. And I saw that, and I said, you know what? I put it together, the rebuilding of people. I took the initials from each letter and put it together and came with the word T.R.O.P.
Okay.
So I try to stay focused on what I believe to be a God-sent vision. So I want to say focus on that and not go astray from that, which is sometimes very difficult. So, but T.R.O.P., we're here and we're a group that has grown and will continue to grow and to bless other people with, even if you just open the door for somebody.
I understand you have some sister and brother organizations now that are with you guys.
Yeah, we do. Legacy Living is one of them. And they work with the homeless. They getting people off the street, and they're building as well. They got our backs, and we got their backs. We have Inspire to Inspire, another group, and also good because they are drug counselors. So if you're having any type of problem with drugs, we got counselors. We got mental counselors. So we're moving forward.
Sounds like we got a whole package going on here.
We got a whole package going.
Well, Mr. Lavender, I wish you the best in your endeavors. Wish you the best in the future and luck. God bless you.
You too. Thank you.
Okay.